Hey guys, it is me, Raven the Commentator 2001 here, and I am not alone, and this is for a very important project. We have two people involved in a project called the Choir of Change. Would you like to introduce yourselves, please, while I mute the stream because I don't want any echoes?
Yes, I am Easton from Easton Music Ministry. I am the former vice president of the Change Project before, unfortunately, it shut down. And president of the Choir of Change, and Jacob.
I am a member of uh,
Choir of Change.
thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, and before we move on there, I just wanted to clarify that right now our vice president is not here. He has not been active today. Um, and you guys probably know who he is. He is King Jellybean. He is the president of the Choir of Change. And right now we also have. Well, I'll just explain that later. McKenna, let's get this started.
All right. So, here's the first question that I want to ask is what is the Choir of Change?
Okay, the Choir of Change. Let me just kind of start with a backstory a little bit. So the night before the Change Project shut down, um, it wasn't looking good. It was not looking good for the project. And at that time, nobody was going to carry on the legacy or try to continue doing things. And so I started a project. And my main goal at that time was to help the Change Project reopen once we opened. Sadly, the Change Project shut down the next day. And I was afraid that it wasn't going to make it. But I decided, you know what? I had to make a decision. I had the decision to either um, do nothing and let it just die, the legacy die and everything, or I had the choice to um, continue its legacy and make a difference in the world. That's what that's what I wanted to do because I knew that if we just if we just let King Jellybean's project shut down and nothing else was opened, that there would be nothing left to do. Like there would be nothing left to make a change. Sorry, my brain isn't working.
Yeah, I do
so
agree.
so I went ahead and continued it, and what we had decided to do is make music because music speaks to people in a way that nothing else can. Not videos, not live streams, not people talking, not statistics. Nothing else can talk to people and motivate people and things like that, like music can. Music is absolutely amazing. So I was thinking about it and I was like, oh man, I love music. It'd be fun to write songs, and where we do topics like bullying and suicide and all that. It'd be fun to be able to talk, like to be able to help, like write songs, help people who are going through those kind of things. So, we here's the deal. We have so many musically talented people. We have MJ Rock, Rant Jams, just so many people who are well known in the YouTube world and are so talented. McKenna, King Jellybean. There's so many people. The list goes on and on and on. I'm not even going to spend the time listing how many people are musically talented. So I knew songwriting was a great option for this chat. So it was I thought it was a great idea to do that. Yeah, I mean, we do music. We will also be doing the statistics. We're writing songs and premiering them and doing live streams on statistics and trying to help people. So it's kind of like the Change Project with a couple new add-ons to it, if you will.
All right. So the next question is like, what is it like? What do we plan on doing? Like, what topics are we going to cover? I know you covered a little bit, like, bullying, suicide, and all that. But what other topics like could we possibly cover in the Choir of Change?
Well, whenever we open, because right now we are still building, which is one reason why we want to have new people. So our first topic is going to be motivation. Why is it important to motivate people? What is motivation? Why is it important to keep yourself motivated? Things like that. We're going to have a song that's just motivating no matter what the situation is. We're going to be writing that here within the next few weeks. And it'll be really fun. So the thing is that we're going to be talking about several things: motivation, bullying, suicide, probably like animal abuse and things like that. So the list goes on and on and on about what we're going to be talking about, and that's just the cool thing about our project. Is Lawrence, can you mute my mic, please? 1 second. Love you, Dad. Okay. All right, I'm back. So, am I here? You guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So, I can't even get on the call. So, basically, like we'll be talking about things like bullying and things like that. So, I mean, it's really gonna be a big deal. It's gonna help a lot of people. So.
All right. So another question is, how can people get involved in the project?
Well, right now tonight is actually going to be easy. Everybody on the stream is going to have a pretty easy chance because we are not completely set up. Right now, put your email in the chat and you will most likely be in. I'll have to review your channel and make sure, like if I know you and you've we've had issues in the past with stuff. That's just kind of a filter that I'm kind of running with my brain. But this is something we'll be talking about later in the stream. Before we open, we're actually going to be doing a Google form. And it's going to have about 5 questions on it. And people are going to have to answer the questions. That'll filter out bots and people who just don't want to waste their time. To kind of keep those people out who are just going to be the end of projects like this.
All right. And another question is, how will the live streams in this project work?
Live streams in this project, basically you have to be on the calls. So let's say that we are doing a stream just like we're doing right now. And we are talking about about how we're gonna about this project. Who are we and all that, and it's our first time on live. It's our first time live, and we're just trying to introduce ourselves. Even though that is a simple topic, you're still gonna have to be prepared for it and know the questions and all that. So, basically, for example, let's just say that McKenna, she's on the practice calls. Me or KJB would sign off McKenna and say, yeah, McKenna can be on the stream. Let's just say that Jacob did not join the call. He will not be sent the link because it will not be in the chat. It will be DM'd to everybody. So that's how that will work. I cannot get on this call.
Oh, and by the way, just in case you're wondering, the reason why we started DMing links to live streams instead of just sending them in the chat is because a lot of people, they have a tendency to like get off topic and waste time on live streams, and it's another reason why we started doing practice calls. But anyways, so how will you plan to keep your stuff safe? Like, how will you plan on keeping this chat out of trolls and links and malware, viruses, and all that stuff?
Yeah, so the thing about that is that the truth about it is we're on the internet, and the thing is that it's never 100% safe. Right now, just from being on YouTube, it's not 100% safe just because that's how the internet works. You're mostly safe, but like there's always the risk of things. But that is where the thing is that like we have systems that are gonna keep people out. Now with the change project, this project, I have to say I'm thankful for the change project. I wish that the change project never shut down. That way we didn't have to do this. We did, like that way the app project could still be open. We didn't have to open a new one, but unfortunately, the change project closed. So the thing is that I'm sorry. What's the question? My dog just like sneezed on me.
It's like how will you plan?
My brain has gone completely different now.
It's how will you plan on keeping the chat safe? How will you plan on keeping trolls out? How will you plan on keeping the bad people out?
Yeah. Right now it's just kind of a personal filtering thing. I check out your channel and things like that, make sure that you're not like a person that I don't trust. And that's basically how it works right now. But before we open, I mean, this is going to have to happen soon, like in the next few days. We're going to have a Google form, like I talked about, and it's going to have about 5 questions. And it's to keep out bots, it's to keep out hackers, and it's just that right there is going to filter out a lot, probably 75% of people, because a lot of people won't even turn in the Google form if they're going to be causing problems. And there's a whole lot of promises and things like that that'll be in it. There might be more than 5 questions, but there'll be at least 5 questions that are not a yes or no answer. But basically it'll be like a contract whenever you're saying yes, 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 yes. So basically I'll just check out your channel at that point, make sure that you're not someone that I can't trust. And based off of your questions, your answers, I'll add you. I'll have to have your email, but we already have to have your email in order to add you. So yeah, that's basically how that'll work. Now we have chat mods. In fact, McKenna, the one who is hosting our stream tonight, which I would like to thank you. She is one of our chat mods. Now, a chat mod is someone who just is very active and is constantly reading chat. Blind Music Girl, or Music Lover 700, is also a chat mod. And basically, the chat mods, they read the chat both on live streams, on our Google Hangouts chat, and all that stuff, and just make sure that there's nobody doing bad stuff. For example, we had an incident a few days ago where somebody used a swear word on our chat. McKenna, within a few minutes, said, "Hey, please don't swear on this chat." And that's how it's handled. If it's someone who's constantly swearing on the chat, they're gone. And that's just based off of judgment of the chat mods. So it's a very, very detailed kind of system. There's still going to be those people who are just annoying and get in there and are being idiots. But the thing is that after they go through, if they're going through all those filters to get in trouble, they need to go get a life. I don't even cause trouble, not get in trouble. To cause trouble. If they're gonna go through all that to just cause trouble, they need to go get a life and repent of their sins. So, yeah.
All right. So what inspired you to start this project?
Well, the inspiration of it isn't something like King Jellybean's inspiration, really. Because King Jellybean, he wanted to make a change. He wanted to do that kind of stuff. And that's the thing. I joined the Change Project because I wanted to make a change. The reason I started my own group is because, like I said earlier, the Change Project sadly did not look like it was in good shape. Now to make sure people understand, and King Jellybean would answer in the same way, I stayed as vice president and worked my hardest to save the Change Project until I knew, McKenna, as second vice president, knew And King Jellybean knew it was sad to admit, and I knew he was having trouble admitting it. There was no hope for the Change Project. It had gone too far. The smallest problems had become our biggest problems, and they had taken the Change Project down. Now, about 12 hours before the Change Project shut down, I started this project, trying to see if I could try to get it open in 12 hours, or however long it took to save the Change Project. It didn't work. But I wanted to continue the legacy of the Change Project and make sure that the goal of the Change Project was continued and that the job that the Change Project was supposed to be completing. One second, I need to move my dog. Christian, move. He's literally laying on me.
Hang on. Like,
sorry.
If you want to do that stuff, then I could just mute you.
Oh, he's moved. I got him off me.
Okay. All right. Totally off topic.
I'm sorry. He was like panting over my phone, and I didn't want dog slobber all over my phone. So the thing is that I started it because I wanted the Change Project to continue in a way, but also because I had my own ideas that I wanted, but with the Change Project in such bad shape, I didn't think it was going to work. Now that I think about it, if I would have told King Jellybean about the music idea, it may have saved us. But yeah, I'm just hoping that the Change Project reopens someday. But you know, that's basically the reason that I started the project.
All right. And what is your goal with this project?
Just to lower numbers on things. If we help one person, we've set our goal. Because here's the deal: we can't bring the number of students in schools bullied every single year down to zero. It's just not possible. It's the same. That's the same thing with the Change Project. And the Change Project is a really big eye opener for that, and we're going to continue that. You can't bring those numbers down to zero, but you can make a difference. And that's our goal, is just to make a difference. And to be able to make a difference for as long as we possibly can. And, start making a difference as soon as we can, and keep the difference making going on for as long as we can.
All right. What are the different positions that this group has?
All right. This one is the fun one. So, this one is where you guys get to hear what we need. So, basically, we have a president, which is myself, King Jellybean, who is our vice president, and then we have a marketer, who is our person in charge of social media, YouTube channel, and all that. But also, see here, let me explain the positions underneath marketer. So we have our representatives, okay? And I'll explain what representatives are underneath the marketer. And basically what they do is they are on live stream. They're interviewing on live stream. So basically they're going to be doing what I'm doing. So like in the future, if there's an interview on here, I may be on here, but the representative is the one answering our questions. They're the one representing us. I'll just kind of fill in. So McKenna would be asking whoever the representative is the questions. Now, the thing is, the marketer is in charge of the representatives. Now, the marketer has to find YouTube channels, Twitch people, whoever to interview with. Over all social media, and he or she, whoever becomes the marketer, is in charge of making sure that the people, that his team of representatives is sharing things and all that. Now marketers, they can be on streams every once in a while and all that. Now representatives, they need to be posting, sharing, tweeting, everything they can on the live streams, trying to get people out. They need to be tweeting as much as they can, so they aren't really expected to be on live streams all that much. So if you want to be on the project, but you do not want to be on live streams, you just don't want to be on live streams, but you want to be a huge help, for sure, let me know, and I will let you become a marketer. Not a marketer, a representative. And that's just, and you'll serve the position unless you quit. But if you keep your position as long as you don't get fired, you'll serve until the end of 2019. We'll have an election sometime in December, bringing in the new people for 20. I screwed up my years, didn't I?
2019.
Yeah, well, at the end of 2019, we'll have an election. 2020, y'all will be brought in.
All right. And the next question is, why should people watching this be interested in joining this project?
Well, first, let me just say why you should be interested in joining this project. If you are, let me kind of reword that a little bit. I don't know. Okay, you should be interested in joining this because if you I can I reword that question a little bit because whenever we made these questions, I don't think that one was written exactly the way that we should have done it. Why should you be interested in this?
Why should you be interested in joining this project and
how? So the thing is, if you are interested in joining this project to get your name out there, to get a bunch of subscribers and things like that, just to let you know right now, it ain't gonna happen, so don't do it. Do not join if you're just wanting a bunch of free publicity, because that is not how it works. You're not going to get your channel tweeted out. You're not going to be getting everything like that, because there's no self-promotion in the chat. You'll get a warning. If you keep self-promoting, boom, you're out. If you don't come on practice calls trying to make a change, you're not going to be on live streams, so you're not going to get any publicity that way from looking like a good person. The reason you should be excited about this and want to do this is because you want to make a change. You want to be able to help people. You want to do things like that. That is why you should want to be a part of Choir of Change. If you're here, if you want to be there for publicity, go join come get publicity chat or something like that.
All right. Good to know. So how is this project different from the Change Project or other projects like it?
So the thing is that, we are gonna see the Change Project. I give a lot of credit to Slade. He worked for years to put this together. The thing is, though, as vice president, I did see a few flaws with the system. So I'm gonna try to fix it, like the constant shutdowns, and things like that. It caused a lot of problems to grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So for one thing, we're gonna be more precise on how we handle situations. Even though the Change Project was amazing. Don't get me wrong, Change Project was amazing. I wouldn't have been vice president or even in it if I didn't think it was amazing. So as well, we have the music part, which is our main thing. But also we're gonna be a little bit more biblical based. I can't talk. Now don't think that we're gonna be talking all about Christ and all that, because we're not. Our songs aren't even gonna be mainly Christ based. We'll talk about God in our songs and all that, and we may release a couple songs per topic. Maybe a more Christian one, maybe a more maybe a more like in the middle one, whatever. Who knows? This kind of depends on what we feel like doing. But we may share Bible verses and things like that, which was not allowed with the Change Project. Not to offend people, just because a majority of the people in the project do believe in Christ. So that's how we will do that.
All right. And what information should people know before joining the chat?
And this goes back to what I was talking about earlier. It's not a publicity or self-promotion chat. There's no cussing, no inappropriate stuff. When you're on calls where we're practicing, it needs to stay on topic. Whenever, there will be some goof-off calls now and then because, we're friends, So why not? But the main part of it is to make a change. Sometimes it'll be okay to goof off, especially in our songwriting ones. But if it's in a very serious mood, don't goof off. But if we're not in such serious mood, go ahead, goof off. You are not expected to be always active, but if you're free and you have nothing to do, we definitely would like you to be active. If you're busy, just let us know. That way, because if you're like constantly non-active, we're gonna have to remove you. So just let us know if you're busy. So yeah, and if you want a position like a marketer or representative, if you're gonna be busy a lot, don't take them, because those are very important positions with the project. So, see here, anything else that you guys are gonna need to know? You don't have to participate in songwriting, but if you want to, that's great. you can always be there along for the ride, and you will be expected to make some videos on your channel and kind of advertise the project.
All right. So, why are you adding the music part of the project?
And this goes back to earlier in the live stream as well, because music talks to people, speaks to people in a way nothing else can. Because here's the deal: if you think about music, whenever you're talking, it's just you're talking. That's how you make a difference. Music, though, is so much more powerful than just talking about statistics and things like that. Because there's so many things you can add to make music powerful. Your voice and your pitch and how your crescendo, where you add crescendo. You just okay. Here's how music is more powerful. Your lyrics is probably the most powerful thing you can add in a song. And then you add your dynamics, your crescendos, your descendos, your piano, mezzo forte, your piano, mezzo forte, forte, how loud or how soft it is. Then you add your music. Your music is a very important part. If we're talking about being divided and then coming together, maybe at the part where in the story where everything's divided, all the parts of the music are divided, or the singing parts are divided. And then whenever everything comes to be united in the story, the music becomes together. It all is in unison. So music is also a very important part of it. There's so many different ways that a song that's 3 minutes long can, encourage people.
All right. So, how will the songwriting process work?
So, the songwriting process is not necessarily going to be on the YouTube channel for the project. There will be a few live streams where we do songwriting just as kind of fillers. But since we have so many music channels, we're going to mostly be streaming it like on my channel, McKenna's channel, things like that. Whoever wants to do a stream. Otherwise, it'll just be calls and all those things. We don't really know how it's all going to work. We'll maybe do lyrics or music or whatever. But we'll just be working on it. But so before we do motivation, we have to write our song for motivation, because we have to do our song, and then we'll release the song for motivation on our premiere, and then we'll just raid our live stream on the same channel where we're doing this, where we're just introducing not this. No, we'll have a stream before that, but then we'll have introducing us. But then we'll have introducing our first topic, motivation, right after the song, and go into statistics. And maybe we'll premiere more songs that we write throughout the process. Who knows? So yeah, it's going to be kind of laid back, but it's also going to be very serious at the same time in order to make good songs.
All right. So, will there be any fundraising involved?
That is a yes and no answer. As of right now, no. But let's just say that we get bigger and we get sponsorships or whatever, or not necessarily sponsorships. That was a horrible word choice. Let's just say that we're gonna promote a good cause. So if we're talking about animal abuse, and we are going to we're going to be raising money for ASAPCA or whatever it's called. We can be, we'll have our link in the description, and people can donate to that. We most likely won't have donations for our project unless we need something, which will be it won't be like a camera, because we don't necessarily need a camera. It'll be something like we need, like we're wanting to save for a trip that we want to go on. That's not like going to Florida, hanging out on the beaches. It's like a speech or something like that. But that's going to be like when we're adults, when everybody's an adult, and it's in 20 years away from that. So that's not going to happen anytime soon. Don't got to worry about that. But yeah, we'll be having donations for other people and other communities and things like that.
All right. And are you planning on making merch for this project?
Most likely not. There's a 95% chance that there will not be merch, because then it's like a business instead of a community trying to make change. So we're not going to be selling merch most likely. The only time that we would be selling merch, like t-shirts, is if for one, we're just like not selling them, just giving them away to try to get some publicity. So not selling them, but giving merch away. Um, or if we are trying to save money for something or raise money, then that merch would be a fundraiser. But as soon as we don't need the money anymore, we've got what we've saved up for what we need, then we're done. So if we're trying to improve our songwriting, for example, and we're trying to get a songwriting system for the project, we might do t-shirts or something like that. So, but like the channel won't like our channel for the project most likely won't even be monetized unless we like need money for something.
All right. And there was like a little question that was posted where it's like, what type of a difference though? That's where it's at. You have to aim for something constructive that benefits the goals.
Okay. Who was that said that? I just want to.
It was Phil off his tree.
Who?
Phil off his tree. He's supposedly one of the supporters of my channel.
Here, let me get a channel that way I can.
He's kind of concerned about what's going on.
Let me kind of read his chat real quick. What's of a difference, though? That's where it's at. You have to aim for something constructive that benefits the goals. That's the thing, though. Our goal is just to help people. It is to help people. What in the world? Oh, never mind. It's like something was like knocking on my window or something. I don't know. Our goal is just to make a difference or something and to help people. And our goal is to help people with bullying and different things like that in a way, and it's just to kind of help people. So our difference, what we're aiming at there, what we're aiming for, is trying to just help people. I'm trying to think of how to word this. I have exactly what I'm trying to say in my mind. I'm just trying to think of how to word this. We're trying to just make a difference. The thing is that if we go for just one thing, what happens whenever we've said all we can say? So if we're just trying to help bullying, now that is a big topic because there's so many different types of bullying, cyberbullying, things like that. But once we've said everything we can say about bullying, where do we go? So we have several different topics that we go for. We're trying to help people with. So I don't really know what you mean by what type of a difference, because it's just helping people realize that it's not the end, and that God's there for them, and that there's friends there for them, and all that.
Yeah, and here he is like saying like get on the panel, show yourself. You can't lead from the shadows. He never answered that. Am I drawing?
Oh yeah, I'm reading.
He's like talking and not really answering it.
I'm reading the chat right now.
Oh my.
I'm sorry, and Phil, this is just where we're gonna have to agree to disagree here. I'm sorry, but no, never mind. Okay, on the music thing, Phil. This may be different between you and me, but music is powerful. Because here's the deal. So many people listen to music. Everybody listens to some sort of music. So it is powerful. Because that stuff can pull up in people's recommended, and then it can help them. You never know how it can help people, because God works miracles.
Okay.
I'm sorry that I don't know what it's called because I didn't memorize it. Sorry.
It's called the ASPCA.
Yeah, I can't memorize that.
I don't know why, but saying in like the earlier comments, like that's just kind of a mouthful. It's like, Raven, you need to vet people before letting them on the panel.
Yeah, I've read the entire chat. It's just yes, and that's what I'm trying to say. We are gonna have the message. Because I was breaking down everything with the songs. Okay? So I was saying lyrics are most important. That is the most important part of the song. Is the lyrics. And I broke it down to dynamics, how you sing it with your crescendos, your descendos, your piano, your mezzo piano, your mezzo forte, and your forte. Your instruments and how they work together with each other. You have, because just everything together, there's one message. If we're writing songs about hamburgers trying to motivate people, yeah, there's no message with that. I understand where you're getting there. The thing is, though, is that it's not one of those situations. We're not writing about hamburgers to help people who are being bullied, because that's not gonna help them. It's gonna be a story. It's gonna be a story trying to motivate them and saying, this is not the end of the road. There's people who love you, even in the darkest valleys. There's God is still there on your side. So maybe I didn't explain that well, but I don't see what you mean there by I have to have a message, because unless I explained it wrong, I'm pretty sure that and no offense, I'm not trying to insult you. I'm trying to say this in a respectful way. That I was trying to say there that we were gonna have a message. They're not gonna be random songs about, McDonald's sandwiches or whatever. It's not gonna be random. I don't know. It's not gonna be random stuff. You said meta forte. That means meta 100% natural herbal extract. 1 capsule per card. It's a music term. That's what I'm talking about.
Mezzo forte. That's
Okay, you have your piano. That piano. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right, but it's soft. It's not too soft. It's not a whisper, but it's still singing. It's just soft. Then you have mezzo piano, which is medium soft. Mezzo forte, which is medium loud. I don't know how to spell it. I know what the term is. I don't know how to spell it.
I felt better.
So, the thing is, okay, thank you, Raven.
No problem there, Easton pal.
Because here's the deal, guys. I don't understand. I don't know where you guys' take on. Did you just mean forte, as that would be correct? Yeah. Okay. Dynamics, musical dynamics. Forte is loud. Okay, that is your boldest sound. Or mezzo, I get you. Mezzo is medium. I don't understand what you mean by that. Yeah, Choir of Change, guys. Like, the thing is that if you had anything to know about the Change Project and know how organized it was, Choir of Change, and Raven, I'm sure you can testify to this. Jacob, I'm sure you can too. Choir of Change is more organized than Okay. So you're saying you're looking up making music that is loud. So how does that help people? You are making music that is loud. So how... Okay, no, I'm not saying we make music loud. What I'm saying is that you change your dynamics. Okay, so a song, one part can be quiet, one part can be loud. It just changes as you
Mm-hmm.
go throughout the song. That, if you write it correctly, if you don't just write in random stuff, it can be more powerful. Whenever you write music, you can't just write it to where it fits. You can, and it sounds great. But what you can do, this is the fun part about songwriting, and I haven't done this quite with my songs yet because I am still learning at songwriting. But I know MJ Rock has probably done this. I know, and then we have so much musical talent in our chat. That's the thing. So there's not gonna be all loud songs. It's gonna be like, but this part's gonna be quiet. This is loud. That's how a song goes.
Mm-hmm.
If you listen to a ballad, whenever, like, I think like a lot of, especially Christian music, there's the powerful parts where it's really, really loud, and then it kind of gets quiet, and things like that. And it's just whenever you write it correctly, just from them listening, just if it was just a soundtrack, think about this. You would have to, we write the song where if it was just a soundtrack, you just listen to the music, you can get a message just out of the music. Plus, whenever you add the lyrics in, and it's not the soundtrack anymore, you get it's just the same message, but with the lyrics. You want to be able to get an idea of what the message is based off of what the music is. And there's a way to do that. That may sound complicated, and it kind of is. But the thing is that it's just the way you write the music.
Exactly. So basically, you make music while sending a message at the same time. That's how these people work together.
We are not doing the thing. We're not doing parodies. Um, I personally, parodies are great. They have their purpose. We may do parodies every once in a while, but the main thing with this, parodies are more supposed to be on a more funny side of things, I believe. That's what I get out of it.
Yeah, fun parodies are supposed to be comical. I mean, like, if you've listened to Weird Al Yankovic, and I don't know if Easton does listen to Weird Al Yankovic.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
But if you listen to Weird Al Yankovic's songs, a lot of them are parody based. And they have their own purpose. They have their own message, but they're trying to make like satire out of something. It just depends on what the message he's trying to send is.
Yeah. And you see, the thing is that, I think it'd be more beneficial and more helpful to people if you just write your own music. And then it's a whole new thing. Because then your people's minds aren't on this different thing. See, whenever you do parodies, then you have no control over the actual music point. I can't talk. You just have control over lyrics. The music part, as I've been trying to say, is a very important part. But whenever you do a parody, you don't have control over dynamics, over music, or anything like that. And whenever you're trying to write a really powerful song, parodies take almost all your power. It takes 2/3 of your power away from making an extremely powerful song.
It really does. I mean, like when Weird Al Yankovic wrote parody songs, then it might have, and it had like taken like 2/3 of his power, but he wasn't really trying to write powerful songs. He was trying to make everyone laugh with his songs.
And that's not our goal here. Now, in the future, yes, laughter will be a thing that we try to do, because laughing is a whole other cure of things. But based off of what we're trying to do as a project, it's not an amazing idea.
No, not at all. Because we are not trying to be like a circus. We're not trying to be like this whole ha ha funny circus. We're not trying to be that. Well, I would disagree. Have you not heard of Bart Baker? Yes, I have. And here's the thing though. A lot of his parodies, they don't really appeal to me very much. I don't like his mouth, and I don't like the way he does parodies. And I'm sure Easton would agree with me too.
I've never heard of Bart Barker.
Either.
Baker, sorry.
Well, good thing you haven't heard of him because, you know, a lot of his parodies, they're just not that appealing. He gets a good message across. Well, what do you mean by that?
Here's the deal. Whenever you do a parody, like I said, you can get the message across with lyrics, but it still takes power away. Because you have 3 parts of how to make a song powerful if you break it down and I don't make it too confusing. You have your lyrics, your dynamics on how you sing your lyrics, and your music, which is your instruments. Or your voice, making noises. Because I heard a song today that was really interesting. Because literally the musical background was this guy doing these noises, and it was really interesting. So whatever your music is, okay? So whenever you do a parody, you have your lyric power, but your dynamic power is gone because you're doing whatever the song is, and your music power is gone. I don't like him either, but he gets the point across. Very true to life about the artist. He takes the mic out of Raven.
Well, yeah, that may be true for him. True, but again, if you want to write a really powerful song, then you have to have all these 3 components work together.
You know what? Here, think about this. You know what? If you think that he gets the point across, good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. We're trying to get the point across and add more to it. We are trying to go above and beyond. The thing is, if we do parodies, that takes our musical creativity away. It makes it easier in some cases, but it takes musical creativity away. Yeah, we are not Katy Perry.
Well, we're not trying to be Katy Perry.
Wait, I don't know what you're trying to get at. What do you mean by we're not Katy Perry? Elaborate on that a little bit. Explain to me what you mean by we're not Katy Perry, are we? Because no, we're not Katy Perry. I can't talk. Katy Perry.
Aspire to be Katy Perry.
Can we go to the next question?
We're done with the questions.
Yeah, we're done with all the questions.
Oh, I didn't know.
We're just debating with Phil.
We're just gonna answer Phil off his trees questions until one of us has to go to bed.
All right.
We'll probably run this till 9:30, 10 o'clock. I don't care. I want to make sure that Phil. So basically, I just want to. We need to answer his questions because he has questions about this, so we need to figure it out.
Yeah, it was almost like this almost reminds me of the debates that A3 and King Jellybean would have whenever he does whenever he did the Change Project streams.
All right, well, Phil's got to go to bed, so we'll have more streams in the future, man. So on here, so you can come ask us more questions about it.
Yeah. It's 3:13 a.m. over here. Well, if you want to go to bed, then you just go to bed, dude. Sorry for making it sound a little rude.
Yeah, just go to bed.
Just need sleep.
Yeah.
Besides, I can't wait when this is.
I just want to say thank you, Phil, for staying up till 3:13 in the morning. That way you can ask questions. You are an awesome person.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, for me, it's like 11 p.m. over here, so I'll probably go to bed like later on, but not right now.
It's 8:18. It's 8:19 p.m. for me.
Well, that's
good. 9:19 for me.
That's good.
Like, what time do you have to go to bed, Easton?
It's Friday night. I have to get up in the morning, but if I wanted to, I could stay up all night. I don't have to go to bed. I'm not gonna do that because that would be scary tomorrow, but alright, well, let's go ahead and start wrapping up the stream. I'll stay on the chat until we end the stream here, that way, in case there's any more questions. So,
All right.
McKenna, do you have any more questions?
No, I think we've got everything covered here.
Alright. So I'll just go ahead and wrap up, guys, that Choir of Change is a project where we're going to be writing songs that aren't parodies. We're going to be taking we don't want to limit our ability to make powerful music. So we are going to take, even if it's harder, even if it's going to take longer, we are going to use every single creative ability that we have to make powerful music. Because powerful music is good music. Powerful music is going to help people. And that's what we want to do, is help people through music. We're still going to be doing the statistics. We're still going to be doing streams like that. But we're also going to have music. And that's going to be our main thing. And we're going to be focusing a lot on our music. Because that is a very important part of our project. So, if you guys have any more questions, you can comment on Raven's streams or videos or whatever, or put it in the comment section on the stream after it's over with, and me or Raven will get back to you ASAP.
Yeah.
All right. So now that we've done everything, why don't we do our little outros? Easton, I'm gonna start with you.
Outros?
Yeah.
What outros? We never talked about any outros.
Oh, sorry. What are some of your channel outros? Like your channel outros in general. Sorry, I probably should have specified earlier.
You already know mine's long, so thank you for doing me last. So.
Like, what is my last line of the video, or like, do you want me to play my outro?
Yeah, like, what's your goodbye line?
Oh god, I gotta remember. I just accidentally screwed up my language. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. That's literally what I do.
All right,
That's
Jacob.
Smart. Now here's mine. You may want to hold on to your boots. Here we go. Here we go. You may want to hold on to your boots. This one's going to be long because I repeat things. So just remember that, because that's my line for YouTube. But yeah.
All right.
Here we go. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this stream of Awesome Change Project with Easton and Raven. Even though there's not a lot of people in this chat, I just hope we can keep continuing on and not have to do things that we shouldn't do. So, yeah, I hope we can do another live stream of this and more in the future of this project. So, yeah, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream or the next video. All right? See you guys later. All right? Bye.
All right.
And make sure to buy Jacob's book, which he has just read for us on the live stream.
Sorry.
All right.
Was long.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding with you. I'm in an honor mood.
All right. Until next time, this is Raven the Commentator 2001 signing off. In the words of Mabel Pines, you can look, but you can't touch. And in the words of the late great Stan Lee, Excelsior!